Hey there, besties. It's Tuesday, August the 1st. Shout out to a new month. I'm here this morning before I go to work. I wanted to make this video because I see a lot, unfortunately, of comments from you gentlemen who intervened, or you know someone who has intervened in a domestic situation, and unfortunately, and sometimes not all the time, but a lot of negative things happened in those cases. I just see a lot of those stories, so I just wanted to highlight some. Now, I'm not going to show people's names even though you put your information out here freely, so I want to thank you for that. Shout out to you for sharing. But I really want people, gentlemen in particular, who might not understand to understand that when it comes to people's relationships and what they choose to do, let them do what they're going to do. This is really the same thing with everyone's relationship at the end of the day. Now, I understand, that I have videos and I'm speaking on people and what they're doing and how they're working. They put it out here. I'm going to do it. But I've known someone in particular who was in a DV relationship as well. And I knew, and I'm not saying that I'm smart by any way or anything like that. You all know what I say. But I knew that it wouldn't go well for me. It's much like an addiction to gambling, drugs, alcohol. Until you're ready to leave it, change it, remove it from your life, there's nothing that anyone else can do. When they come to you and they ask you questions, they ask you for help, what should they do? Give the information if you're comfortable. If the person is half damn crazy or full damn crazy, be careful and be gentle. It's hard to say that you're not going to do something if someone that you love calls you up screaming and carrying on in the middle of whatever happens with people in this type of situation. And, we all say we won't, but depending on who it is, you just might. And unfortunately, it could leave us in a bad situation. We just got to be careful. And that's the reason why I want to make the video and talk to some of these stories that you all have given, because it's sad. It's sad that even anyone that's in that situation will pull you in. And it seems like the running theme for the most part is the person goes back to the person that was abusing them. So why even bother to bring you in? They just needed help at the moment and then decided that they wanted to go back. One of the first commenters said, I lost 2 childhood friends this way. In both instances, the deleter walked. Stay out of people's business. If anything, call the police and leave the location. Someone else says, this is exactly how my father passed a month before my birth. So one of the comments says, this should serve as a reminder to all men, don't be Captain Save a you-know-what. If you see a domestic dispute, either ignore it or call the law and go about your day. Most of the time, the women actually like the excitement, shout out to high Bristophilia, of a toxic relationship, and the women will always end up back with the same man you tried to save her from. Be smart and be safe. Definitely be smart and be safe. This is one of the reasons in this commenter right here saying that's why I don't fall for the protect black women BS. And it's not just, I wouldn't even just say it's just black women, it's women, period. Because for the most part, I've never seen or heard a man call someone to say, come get me and help me out of a DV situation. This one person wrote, I love it when I hear a woman say that a real man would just step up and help when they see a woman needs help from a violent man. They don't even know. Not knowing that man would be risking his life the moment he stepped in. Which goes along with the story in Chicago at the hot dog stand with what's her name and the dude that's now deceased. It goes right along with that story. How is it that that man who was commenting had the audacity and the nerve to say that no one stepped in? I just don't understand why it is that people believe that people who are strangers to others are supposed to get into someone else's business because of what it looks like. How many times have people seen things based off of what it looks like and then find out later on that it's something completely different? This situation, as far as what happened with Idris Elba, which some people don't believe that is true. I don't know why he would have to lie about this. He unfortunately, well, hopefully he's seen the light and knows that he got to go home. First of all, he got a whole wife. Second of all, I believe he has a kid. And third of all, he has too much to lose. And people that have too much to lose shouldn't intervene with people who don't. How many times have I said that? There's people who just have nothing to lose. So when you have nothing to lose, then you don't care about anyone else. Because if you don't have anything to lose, then you don't care about anyone else that might have something to lose. So you got to take care of you. And I will not, and neither should you, be bullied into feeling bad about taking care of you. Now, I'm not talking about nothing right now except for strangers and you and me. Me and you and strangers. And even people that you know for sure in your family that are in this type of relationship. When you know that they're going to go right back. When you know they're going to go right back. So you could get hurt or worse, which could cause you to lose time from your job, your business. God forbid it could do something to you physically, which would hinder you moving forward. And then, of course, the worst situation is if you were deleted. So another comment says, butting into DV can not only get you deleted, but the woman as well. A man who's paranoid will think she's sicking men on him or is planning to leave, you actually making it worse. I agree with that. A lot of the times it's a control, I believe. I could be wrong. This is nothing I've looked into at all. And they know they can act any old way because they got control over that woman and she's not going to go anywhere. I'm not sure why. Again, I haven't looked into it. Maybe I need to. Why women don't understand that the first time should be the last time. It should actually be no time, but the first time should be the last time because the odds are it's not going to change. Another comment says, I got SHOT defending my mother. Imagine that. Imagine trying to go ahead and take care of your own. It wasn't worth it. She stayed with the guy anyway. Choose your fights wisely. Another comment, my mom, look at y'all defending your own mother. Not saying that you shouldn't, but look at what you're getting when you're defending your own family. But you're supposed to intervene with strangers? This one says, my mom was beaten badly by my father several times. As I grew up, she would always remind me to never step between a man and a woman fighting because that man will delete you in a minute. Another comment says, choose your fights carefully, men. Stop protecting these women. They do not care about you the way you think they do. Leave them alone and walk the F away. I got to look into this one. I totally forgot. Appreciate the commenter who said a man was deleted on Staten Island this past weekend. He made the mistake of trying to be a peacemaker in a fight between two females. Some POS terminated that man. And the bad part is that these females involved in that fight refused to cooperate with police. Wow. I lost my cousin who was like a big brother to me when I was 9. He was at a party and he intervened in a DV dispute. They SHOT'd him and everyone left the party and let him die. Here's another one. Came to my sister's aid years ago, called crying bloody red rum on the phone years ago and phone cut off. I can't even imagine, y'all. I can't even imagine. Got her out the apartment as he followed us down the street with a hammer. Luckily, the police were there and arrested him. As they were slapping on the cuffs, I was boiling mad because she was now crying not from what happened, but how he was going to possibly lose his job. While he was locked up, we got a moving van and packed all her stuff and moved it out. This was Friday night. By Sunday morning, she called us to return everything back to the apartment. And guess who was there, fresh out and cheese and acting like nothing happened, to help us move her stuff back in? Never again. I don't care if I see a man split a woman's wig into the white meat. I will turn my music up and do a 180. Whew, child, this too much. This too much. Be mindful. Be safe. Make good choices. That's what I always tell my children when they left the home. Every time they left the home, make good choices. Other people's situations are not yours. And I understand that people think what they think, but they are not the ones that's going to be deleted. They're not the ones that's going to be deleted. You don't think that there was people when that thing happened in Chicago saying, a bunch of people besides the dude that we watched saying, how come nobody intervened? Why did those people leave? Why didn't anybody intervene? These are adults. These are adults. Hell, I wouldn't even recommend getting involved with kids, but these are adults making adult decisions. That's not a place for any of us to be involved with. Let these adults make their adult decisions and let these adults deal with their consequences, whatever they may be, good, bad, and indifferent. Best I can do for you is call 911. This is what police officers are trained to deal with, and they can barely deal with it. Police officers are trained for domestic relationships, and they can barely deal with it. How in the hell do people think that regular people are supposed to deal with it? That's selfish. Put the onus where it belongs, on the people that are involved in the situation. They need to make their choice, and they need to take accountability for whatever the results are, good, bad, and indifferent. All I'm going to say is make good choices, stay safe. That's it. That's all. If you made it this far, I do appreciate you. Please consider subscribing. I will see you all in the next one.